Howdy failers, this is Officer Bane here from Method's PvP team. In this video I'm going to be going over 7.1.5 changes, just kind of in general what's going on now, how it's changed the play style, what kind of talent choices we have now, of course including the new Ferocious Bite talent, which is sick. Also I'm going to be commentating over a few of my games, kind of giving you my thoughts and what's going through my mind at the time, just a little bit, so I hope you guys enjoy the video, and yeah. Alrighty, let's start off with our honor talents. We got a great bald eagle here to keep us company. So first we got thorns, and we got tooth and claw. Those are the first new talents we got. Now to either play thorns or tooth and claw, you have to give up protector of the grove, which is the healing one, which is freaking awesome half the time. I usually my choices here are thorns. I feel like is good versus double melee with Immortal Strike. Because with Immortal Strike, it's really hard to actually heal through the damage, especially if it's a cleave or something like that. So I feel like a double melee without Mortal Strike, you would probably still go Protector of the Grove, at least I would. And Thorns would be really good if they have like a Mortal Strike, they're just going to cleave your healer down. It really reflects a lot of damage. Like if they just go through it and don't care, it'll really hurt them. So Thorns is pretty funky like that, but Protector of the Grove is still freaking awesome first in a lot of situations. Casters, stuff without Mortal Strike. And then you also have Tooth and Claw here, and Tooth and Claw is it's a pretty, it's a pretty funky talent. You kind of become this Guardian Druid, you might as well keep Guardian, because Guardian is awesome, but Tooth and Claw is kind of an awkward talent where if they're training you, you can literally sit and bear and do a little bit of damage. You usually do about 60 to 70k DPS, I'm pretty sure. I haven't really used it much, haven't really experimented with it much, but I don't think that's the best choice here, let me just say that. Unless you're literally getting trained every single game and you know it and it's non-stop, then other than that, like I said, without Mortal Strike, I would probably go with Protector of the Grove, keep my partners up. Or with Mortal Strike, if it's a huge cleave, they're just going to bash on your healer or something like that, then Thorns is freaking lovely. I love it. Alright, we got a few other talents. We got Malorn's Swiftness, what we got. And this is kind of like if you're a scaredy cat, if you're a big scaredy cat and you just want to run away and, just be free, be a free animal, just run around a pillar, that's something you could check out. But they changed his talent tree, which makes Savage Momentum here, and Savage Momentum is freaking awesome. Obviously, if you're not fighting any wizards or anything that's going to cast, obviously you usually fight a healer, but let's say you fight like a Resto Druid, you barely kick, Malorn's Swiftness may be worth it. Honestly, I haven't really tried it. It doesn't, I'm not a scaredy cat, you know what I mean? So, alright, next we have here is Enraged Maim and Earthen Grasp. Those are the two new talents here too. Earthen Grasp freaking looks sick. It literally is an undispellable root, or all your roots are pretty much undispellable. Obviously you have to give up a Predator Swiftness proc for it, so if you're running Blood Talents it may hurt you a little bit. I really like it though. It's a really kind of kinky talent. Other than that, we have this Enraged Maim, which is, instead of Maim being a stun, it becomes an incap for 6 seconds. Which I don't know if it's very useful, honestly, because Maim is itself, you still have a 5-second stun instead of a 6-second incap. So maybe if you're playing with like a sub-rogue or something that's stunning a lot, like it might be worth it, but I don't know how often this is worth it. You'd have to play a specific comp. Then you have the King of the Jungle like normal. Alright, now for the big boy talent. Alright, the talent, the juice. This is like such an OP talent, IMO. Anyway, it's called Ferocious Wound. If you 5-point bite someone, it reduces their maximum health by 25% for 20 seconds. Literally sounds OP, and it is OP. It's crazy. It literally almost makes... Well, it does. It makes Ferals literally single target viable. You don't have to play this like spread pressure kind of game anymore if you don't really want to. And if you're playing that comp to not spread a lot. Let's say you're playing like FMP, for example, Frost Mage, because they just got recently buffed. It's amazing, you can just sit on someone, poly the heal. You can kind of play like it was in WoD, you could poly healers and just sit on a DPS and you can win like that, So let's take, for example, let's say you're running a cleave, let's say you're running some nice kitty cleave, and you see Sea-Doo in the arena and you're like, that's good, you know what I mean? You go Ferocious Wound, you go on him, instant 5-point bite, 25% of his health gone, he's gonna, what dude's gonna, he's gonna go watch the VOD, you know what I mean? So it's amazing for cleaves, it's amazing for single target, it's even amazing for spread, just throwing a little cheeky 5-point bite. And that also brings us to Elun's Guidance, which got buffed, and this, it meshes so well, like, at least I feel, it meshes really freaking well with Ferocious Bite. If you're playing like FLS, for example, and because it kind of makes your bleeds last longer because you're not taking jagged wounds. So your bleeds last longer, so you have that extra time to bite, kind of. I really like the combination of them both. Sometimes I'd spec Blood Talons and Loons and then like Soul the Forest if I'm going for like an FLS playstyle, and it just feels really freaking smooth, and I really like it. That's probably my favorite talent, mixed up with Ferocious Wound, excuse me. Other than that, you know, you can say the classic spec, the classic Incarn Jagged Blood Talons. They did do some things to Brutal Slash here. They lowered the cooldown, but I'm not a Brutal Slasher. You know, if you guys are Brutal Slashers, go for it, whatever. Omen of Clarity got buffed, but it only increases shred damage and then AoE damage. So if that increased like rake damage or something, oh, that'd be so juicy, you know. But pretty much, I say the same specs for the most part. So before I got into commentating all the games and stuff, I kind of wanted to go over Feral playstyle, and you know, a thing or two that kind of bugs me right now about the patch is Predatory Swiftness procs do not show up for some reason. I'm not sure if it's a bug or not, but if you play Feral, you obviously know this. It's just kind of annoying. But anyway, our playstyles right now are, I think, is you can either go a single target spec with Ferocious Wound and just play Jungle Cleave or Ebola or even FMP or something like that. Good single target damage, good CC, you know. And it just owns right now for sure. Or you can, you know, you can say your regular FLS playstyle. You can even go Fresh Wound if you want instead of Ferocious Wound, you know, and just keep rotting. And I would probably say Ferocious Wound, honestly, just because it's so good, you know, and it's nice and fresh. So those are kind of our two playstyles right now, I think, and yeah. Alright, so we're going to start with a pretty fast-paced game here, just kind of show you the single target potential of Ferals now with Ferocious Wound. It's just insane, just crazy. I'm running Thorns here too, just to kind of get Rogue off me. So here we got my Ferocious Wound up, full bleeds. We got a Predatory Swiftness proc for the next bleeds here, and the burst is going to come. You know, Iron Bark just fell, so this is going to be pretty juicy. Got full Bean bleeds up with Blood Talons. Going to re-Blood Talons, get the artifact up. We got a melee paladin, so you know we got that damage, you know, with a nice mage. Full bash. He's going to wall here, but is wall really enough? Throws out the bomb. Is bomb really enough? You know, Thorns myself here, try to get the Rogue off me. It does work. You know, the Rogue gets away from me, and we're just going to pound him to the ground. And, you know, our single target is pretty juicy. That wasn't even Incarn. If it was Incarn, juice. So this is one of the games right now that really shows how dominant Feral single target are. I'm playing Incarn this game. We're playing Ellie, Resto Shaman. You know, it's not the best single target. Cleave, you know what I mean? Jungle Cleave or something would be great. Incarn here, he bops it. We get it instantly purged. 2 Shamans, LOL. We got Barkskin and Sack there too on top of it. It's a lot of cooldowns used. So we're just going to train right through it. We get Iron Bark too, but he's already low. He's Ferocious Wounded here. He's struggling. He's scared. You know, after that falls off, he's going to be really scared. No cooldowns, no Displacer. We're just chasing him right now. Just chasing him down. Smexon's getting really low, but that's all right. We're on the train. We're on the pain train. And what's he gonna do here? You know, try to get him out of form, but what can you do? There you go. So this is the last game I'm gonna show. It's gonna be more like a nice spread kind of game versus RM Pally. They're opening with every cooldown. You know what? So why don't I open with every cooldown? We're going to Incarn here in a second, because why not? You know, they're using every cooldown. We're going to counter cooldown. So we get full bleeds on Mage and Pally, because those are our priority targets. We get a little bleed on Rogue, you know, not too much. We get the 5-point bite, which reduces the Pally's health. His wings is about to fall. Just stunning up the rest of his wings, letting it fall. Force Bubble. That sounds lovely to me. Go back, dot the Mage up a little bit. Even though he did Temp Shield, we'll still have dots after Temp Shield, right? Of course, Blood Talon bleeds, best ever. And then just go back Pally, because Pally's going to be our kill target here. Going to put big Bean Bite right there. You know, and bash that Aura Mastery heal. What's he going to do? Try to heal through it. No melee wings. What's he going to do? Falls down, and then we got an Arcane Mage at 30%, a Rogue at 50%. So you can still really AoE a lot, but you can really set up kill potentials really well now with Ferocious Wound. It's just so strong. So alright, so that's the end of this video about 7.1.5 Ferals. I hope it helped some of you if you're confused or anything. I hope it kind of showed the power of Ferocious Wound, and we can kind of mix up some specs right now, which is pretty cool. You know, it's not cookie cutter all the time, even though, you know, 80% of the time it is. But it's pretty cool. Our playstyle, it kind of gives us more direct damage, kind of a kill potential, bigger kill potential, other than just FLS spreading bleeds everywhere and hoping something dies. You know, you can kind of really single out a target, you know, and even in FLS and jungle and any comp. So if you guys have any further questions and stuff, you know, make sure you like the video if you liked it, and leave a comment if you want, or the best place to contact me would probably be at twitch.tv/BeanslayerX, or you can join my curse channel, which is awesome because I want to build my curse. So yeah, thanks everyone for watching and hope you enjoyed. Bean out.